Good morning. Monday morning. Really chilly up here in Fort Mac. Oh, dear Lord. Not a day to be running around in shorts. Of course, I don't run around in shorts. I don't like running. And then I don't like shorts. I hope you are well. I hope that you are enjoying this life that you and I really are privileged to have the opportunity to live and to experience life's entertainment, which isn't actually entertaining half the time, but the other half the time it is. I had the extreme joy today of seeing my eldest son. He runs truck. Our whole family, we were always carpenters and cabinet makers and one thing and another. And now my two boys and I, we run truck. I myself personally, I don't really want to finish this life and say, well, I was a truck driver. I'd rather say that, well, something else, like perhaps, gee, running a hoe. Oh my. Oh my. A dozer, perhaps. A grader, sure. But I guess the greatest thing that I would look forward to in looking back on my life is to say, I was a friend. I was not the best friend that I could be, I suppose, but I was and am the best friend that I could hope to be today, because I left nothing unsaid. And what I said lived up to the words that I spoke and up to the life, more importantly, up to the life that I live. So I had a bit of a morning with my son. His truck was suffering from a malady called, it's not a Cummins, but it is what it is. And you know, I remember holding my son in my arms when he was first born. He weighed 10 pounds, 2 ounces. A friend of mine, Gary, the hot rod mechanic, he's not a mechanic, the hot rod builder, south end of Calgary. He and his lady and myself and my lady, we had sons at the same time. We went to that little course where it teaches you how to be the encouraging husband who stands beside the lady while she's suffering. Oh, gee whiz. Don't kid yourself. Birthing a child is not an easy row to hoe. And he always joked around with me, and he said, when your little girl gets here, meaning my daughter, I'll introduce her to my son, because we were so young and so, definitely immature. And the word maturity and my behavior I still struggle to try to exemplify what I think I want to be, and more importantly, what I want to be perceived to have been. And so my I wouldn't let anyone, do the silly thing of buying any clothes for the potential baby that was getting ready to explode out from that poor woman's body. Oh, my word. Oh, geez. Don't take birthing lightly, children. Or the whole idea that from a heart or two hearts that choose to join themselves together for however long, geez, that's just not funny, that part. Their hearts can help lead to the joy and the honor, really the honor of holding your progeny, your reflection of who you are and hope to be in your arms. And I remember that day that I held my son. Well, he came out 10 pounds, 2 ounces. And so I phoned my friend, well, not right then, but back then, the ladies were kept in the hospital for nearly a week. And that wife of mine back then, she had a labor that lasted 57 and a half hours. You want to watch someone suffer? I mean, that's the only term I can think of it as being an appropriate description of what she went through. Well, for me, it was, standing around waiting for that moment and not knowing if that lady was even going to live, let alone the child. I mean, simple mathematics, you can't birth something that is that blessed big and not have some medical issues that would cause one to drop to their knees and fall upon their face and ask God, please enable that woman to live through this and keep the baby safe. Of course, I never referred to the baby as being the baby. I always referred to him as being my son. I have 2 sons. And presumptuous though it is of us to accord ourselves far more significance than we're worthy of, than we deserve, it's our choice, and we choose. And I remember getting home. Of course, we didn't have cell phones back then. Geez, they had just finished inventing the wheel, and phoning my friend Gary. And I said, well, I'd made sure he knew that we weren't buying any clothes for that boy unless they were blue. And so I called him and I said, I have a whole bunch of clothes for you, brother, for your son. And he said, oh, you had a girl, did you? And I said, well, I didn't have anything. Thank God I didn't have anything. I don't think I'll ever forget that experience. I know how crazy it sounds. I'd do it all over again. If I had the opportunity of being a dad again, I guarantee you this, I'd do a better job of it. I don't think I did that better job, but I'm telling you, no one has written a book about it. But I'm pretty sure I'd be a better dad now than I was then. A bit too tough back then. And I said to my friend, I said, actually, no. I said, all the clothes that I allowed to come into our home, they were the right color, blue, for boys. I said, the only problem is, well, I said, he's already growing out of the first set of clothes. That was 6 3/4 pounds to about 8. And I said, well, I spoke with him, and he seemed to be quite conversant with the English language. I said, because he come out just about talking and about half growing up. Anyways. So this morning I had the joy of spending a little bit of time with that boy who had become a man. And we talked about the Lord. And we talked about life. And we recounted a couple of stories of when he and I were in the mountains with the horse trailer and a couple of horses. And he befriended First Nations kids whose dads weren't able to teach them how to hunt. And he took those First Nation kids hunting with us. And it was so good. I mean, I taught my boys, both boys, to defend those that couldn't defend themselves, to care for those who were past caring because of the horrors of life. But the greater joy that I had today was to speak with a friend, not to speak, to text with a friend, and to share what God, in some ways, well, definitely, He's allowed me the privilege and the honor of gaining a few years and perhaps a greater sensitivity to those who hurt. And so I had the privilege today of speaking with a friend, a potential friend, who is the greatest influence in my life on this earth other than God Himself, who is greater. But if the creator of this universe, who is not from this universe, but He came, He saw, He chose, He grew, He created us. So I couldn't stop smiling just at the thought that my God, my Creator, had given me this distinct honor of knowing, getting to know, takes time, long time, someone whom I cherish more than myself. And as significant as my sons and grandsons and a few friends. People don't realize that if you can honestly open your hand and allocate a name of a friend to each appendage that is attached to your hand, and you run out of fingers or thumb, and you still have names that you intelligently consider to be friends, that is almost a miracle. I have 2 friends that go back to when I was 20, a little bit earlier. The one young man, he and I took judo together. He would probably be hard pressed to refer to me as a friend. I wouldn't be hard pressed at all, because to me, friendship is beyond that person's acceptability of me and or mine of him. I wanted to say he, but I really strive to learn the English language. I would love to learn French, but I still haven't got a real handle on English. So I saw my son. I texted the most important person in my life in this world. Pretty good day, children. When I think back, 55 years. 2 names come to mind. I'll not say them. I won't betray their trust. One was my friend. In my mind, he still is. The other, our friendship has started off slowly, and it's done nothing but continue to grow. So I thought of them when I thought of the one who said, "Who am I?" And I thought, you are a creation by God Himself. And what you do with that creation, with the privilege and the honor and the opportunity to live, it's totally up to you. I said, you are whom you choose to be. You today are making memories for those who will outlive you. But they're your memories. They're your choice. They're your opportunity to live today with your whole heart. And so what you do today is going to be what you're remembered as being, or as at least trying to be. So it's close to 20 minutes. What a joy. So children, I just continue to cast about trying to figure out who and what I want to be, who and what I want to choose to be, and what I will be remembered as being. I'd like to say something else very extremely wise, but I'm not sure that it is within my being to formulate into words. If you have the privilege and the honor to invest your heart, soul, spirit in honor of God, our Creator, and His Son, into the heart of another, and you choose to build that person with your whole heart, it's hard for people to listen to someone speak from the heart, because people have been in, have received, have given their hearts, their love, seemingly their lives, to others who callously reject or only nominally accept. But this is the day that the Lord, not religion, not church, not denomination, not political correctness, none of that crap, some good crap, but this is the day you're living. You choose how you will invest it. I tell you this, I will invest my heart, my soul, my spirit, everything that I am and everything that I have, I'll invest it in one whom I sure choose to love. I understand that. But more importantly, I'll invest it in one whom I believe is worthy, more worthy than if I were to stand in front of the mirror and say, aren't I good? No. But I can be good. And I hope one day that's what I'm remembered as, having been. God bless you. You have a good day. Hey, I have another, I don't know, couple, dozen recipes. There is but one appetite that you can give free rein to. You can just nod your head and they'll rip the gate open and you just hold on. And that is not in eating, not in the preparation of food for those whom you love, but in the preparation of your heart for not all those, but that one special love of your life. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for the privilege and the honor. Oh, what a joy. Oh, what a joy. God bless.